Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures. Today we're back with another Gates of Antares model. This is the Virai Drone Scourge mining team. So I gotta give Warlord credit because they keep plugging away at these Gates of Antares models, and I think this is one of the most interesting factions that they've come up with so far. These are a bunch of machine AI drone bug-like creature things. Everything is very angular and geometrical, and so there's a couple of different teams of these. These guys are specifically for mining. You can see they got little drill bits. And whether or not they actually get used correctly in Gates of Antares, at least I've got fun little robot drones to hang out with all my other space miners, Boramites, Forge Fathers. I'm sure there's more. My Veermen are painted up like that too. So, yeah. So they've got tool appendages and flying bases. So I think these are supposed to be a dedicated squad, and it seems like, at least from my tertiary glance online, that most of the squads for the various factions of Gates of Antares are in boxes, whereas the bigwigs and specialists are all in little blisters. So, I'll shut up. Let's find out what's inside. I have no idea how big these things are. I'm quite curious. Goodbye cardboard to be recycled. So we have a set of bases. I get 5, but that's okay, I guess. These are their specific Gates of Antares bases. Needed a couple anyways for some other models. Oh, yay, we've got an extra one in there. Damn you, British manufacturing! Why won't you open? You're like falling apart on me here. Ugh, okay, we did it. Yay. Alright, there's the extra base. Thank you, Sebastian. Flight stands. Okay, good. They're all different lengths, sizes, heights, whatever you want to describe them as. Hopefully our models actually have nice, clear spots for them to be attached. And then there was the pile of metal. It looks like everything. Okay. Alright, well, what do we have here? Okay, so here is the main body. Kind of manta-like also, I guess, if you look at it the correct angle. I don't think they actually have heads. They have head units. You can see here, this one with drill bits. And there is a port for you to stick the head in. I'm assuming that's how it goes. And then the real fun is going to be trying to get their 4 legs attached. I think that's all that's really going on there. In a way, they also remind me of grasshoppers. Okay, so let's look at the box because I don't know what I'm doing. So it looks like you have these manipulator arms go in the front, and then the long dangly legs that look like blade stuff in the back. So back legs. Back legs as well. Lots of flash to clean up. Interestingly, it looks like, yeah, they're all in different poses too. So I guess if you really wanted to mix and match things, you can come up with a lot of different poses. I mean, in the end, there's still little weird bug things flying around. So you can see it's kind of like a torch or something there. I don't know, some kind of weapon. I wonder if they have different sets. Yeah, okay. This guy's got something else. This guy's got a little buzzsaw. So that's kind of cool. I don't think there's any specific way they need to be built, other than the fact that they have a head, a body, hind legs, and the front legs. Okay, this isn't as daunting of task as I thought it was going to be. Alright. I am confident that I can build these. So as I said, you get 6 of these in a box. And I know yeah, there's my Marine dude. Marine Steve, yeah. So I guess one of these basic Virai are about as tall as they are long for a Space Marine. Let's give one a taste test. A flight stand test. What the hell am I talking about? Okay. It's definitely a good size. And I'm all for the fact that we finally have aliens that are completely non-humanoid. Yeah, they're probably humanoid derived at some point back in their history, but the fact that these things are going to be completely, you know, non-humanoid is definitely cool. And there's an entire faction of them. So I'm going to put these guys together, and then more than likely I'm probably going to go back on the computer and start looking at some of the bigger and badder guys that they have for this faction, because it's different. I really like that. It would have been nicer if they were in plastic. I mean, I think the modularity of these guys really, really would benefit from plastic, because if you got a plastic sprue of all the bodies and then, you know, various heads and legs, because I think they all share these back legs, and I want to say there's at least 3 other types available that have like weapons, or I want to say there's like a scavenger team. I know there's an assault team. So something to consider, Warlord. I think these are a nice test bed for later plastics. And just about every faction, as I'm rambling on here, just about every single faction so far actually has plastic infantry available to them. So something to think about, and something to all cross our fingers for. And maybe if that's something you're interested, you should let Warlord know that. So hopefully they'll consider it. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking, and I'm going to get these guys built, and we'll see how they stack up to other models out there on the table. So here are what our Virai look like when they're all put together. They remind me of a weird cross between like a Tyranid gaunt and like a cricket or a grasshopper or something. They're just different. They're definitely different. And they're very, maybe like if they had crickets in the Matrix. I do like the fact that we have multi-sized bases, or not bases, but the poles included for the flight stands that they're attached to. Some are just in more interesting poses than others, but you know, you have a lot of variation on how you can put those together. Getting a actual Gates of Antares model on the screen here, you can get a good idea of the size. So the Virai themselves, they're pretty big, and these are just the basic ones. There are bigger out there, especially the command ones, which more than likely you'll probably see here sooner or later. And it just goes to show that I think I need more space AI bug creatures on my table. You know what? I had these old Tyranids. I think the Barzam or myself painted these a long time ago. But you can see just the way the limbs, as I take every one of them off of their flight stands, you can kind of see how their limbs and appendages all work in a similar fashion to the Tyranids. So if you want to have like some kind of weird Mechanicus derived creation gone amok for some kind of one-off, that adventure skirmish kill team battle, you know, run them as regular gaunts and have them as some sort of a experiment gone wrong. I don't know. Yeah, I'm giving up. Obviously they're not going to stay unglued for some time, but they're just really funky, interesting models, and none of their hands or limbs really match for the most part. They're all pretty unique in terms of how their final builds ended up. I'm quite happy I got these, and I'm looking forward to actually trying to give Gates of Antares a try. Hopefully, if I can pick up a couple other squads, we'll see how they turn out, and I'm just going to give them a really simple green paint job. I think maybe not as good as the studio box art, but you know, we'll give it the old college try nonetheless. With that said, this is High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures saying thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all later. Bye bye.